In this video, I will show you how to replace your AC condenser receiver dryer assembly. The first thing that you absolutely have to do is make sure that you evacuate and recycle the AC refrigerant that's in the system. Typically, this is going to be done by a trained professional. Now, once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is look down along the passenger side of your grill. When you look behind the grill, you're going to be able to find your two AC lines that connect onto the condenser. You have the top one where my screwdriver is, and then if you were to look directly below that, you'll find a second line. For these, we're going to use a 10 millimeter. You can go ahead and remove both of the bolts and both of the lines from the AC condenser. If you have a hard time reaching down through here, you could also make your way under the front of the vehicle and access them through there. Just reach up here, use our 10 millimeter, break them free. Inspect your hardware as you remove it. Replace it as necessary. Carefully remove your line from the AC condenser. Keep in mind there could potentially still be some pressure. Do the same to your other line. There we are. From in the front of the engine compartment, we're going to continue on to our two brackets that hold the radiator AC condenser assembly in place. You'll find two 12 millimeter headed bolts. Remove the pair and then the brackets. Now that we can move this, continue on to your rubber hose that makes its way over to the top of the radiator. We're just going to slide it out of place. After that, continue on to your plastic topper. You're going to find two 10 millimeter headed bolts, one on either side of the radiator. Remove the pair. Once those bolts are out, we're going to continue by lifting up this plastic piece. When you try to do that, you're going to find that you have two plastic locking clips. One here and one on the far side. To remove this, I'm going to use a small pocket screwdriver. Carefully wedge it in between this area, and then I should be able to pry it up. Now, as I'm lifting it up, you want to pay attention to this area here as well. This is where the AC condenser top mount goes through. Just keep that in mind. Remove that plastic, give it a quick inspection, and set it aside. Now, once we have that out of the way, we're going to continue on to loosening this area that comes across the top. You don't need to fully remove it. So with that said, along each side of this, you're going to find two 10 millimeter headed bolts. Remove all four. You're also going to want to make sure that you remove this 10 millimeter headed bolt that's located directly behind the hood latch. Now you want to carefully grab onto this. Obviously, we can't remove it from the vehicle, but we do just want to try to lift it up and then shift it forward so we can remove the AC condenser. There it is, friends. On all four corners of your original AC condenser, you'll find that you have rubber bushings. We're going to have to reuse those. Use a trim tool and carefully remove each of them. There's 4. Once you have it off, just give it a quick inspection. Make sure it's not torn, worn, or damaged in any way. Assuming it looks good, do the same to all four, and then we can move over to putting them onto the brand new AC condenser. Let's get these boots on the new AC condenser. Just go ahead and slide them right into place. Once all four of them are on there, we can put this back in the car. Now we can start installing our brand new AC condenser. Be extremely careful not to damage any of your cooling fins. We'll pull this bracket up into the front. Carefully slide this down inside the vehicle. As we slide this down, we're going to try to line up our bottom mounting points with the lower bracket. Should slide right in. There we are. Let's start re-securing this. We're going to start in all 5 of our 10mm mounting bolts. Once all 5 are started, continue on by tightening them. Now it's time for the top plastic piece. As we're putting this on, you want to make sure that the AC condenser fits into its corresponding hole on both sides. Once you're sure it fits in there, we're also going to make sure we line up the bolt holes with the radiator. Once you have it lined up, both of those locking clips should fit into position. Start in each of your radiator mounting bolts. Once you have both of them started, snug them up. Now let's grab that radiator AC condenser assembly. We're going to slide it towards the front bar here and put on both of our brackets. With the bracket on there, start on each of the mounting bolts. Once they're started, snug them up. Make sure you re-secure your overflow hose. Now it's going to be time to start dealing with those AC lines. Now, as I said before, these might be easier to access from the top or the bottom. It's really up to you. But what you want to do for each of the AC lines is to have a quick look at them. You'll notice on each of the lines you have a rubber O-ring. We're going to carefully remove that O-ring, compare it to a new one. Once you have a match, we'll continue on by cleaning each of the lines and putting on the new O-rings. I found a pair that match up to our originals. Let's get back over to those lines and clean them. To clean the lines, you never want to use any type of solvent, only use a clean rag. Once the lines are cleaned, continue on putting on your new O-rings. After each of the O-rings are on, lubricate them with some clean PAG oil, which is specialty AC oil. Now we're going to start in each of our mounting bolts. We'll snug them up and then torque each to 48 inch-pounds. Okay friend, I showed you how to install your AC condenser. At this point, you want to take your car down to your local shop and make sure that they safely recharge that AC system. Let them know what you replaced so they can apply the proper amount of PAG oil along the way. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.